Hi, welcome to Sonic Sunday School. This week we're going to talk a little bit about left-hand technique, or if you're a left-handed player, right-hand technique. The hand that's on the fretboard, arpeggios. I got an email from someone asking how to improve their playing, make it a little more fluid. They felt like they were just, they had the, sweeping part, like this hand, the raking part down, but they weren't doing the fingering part as well. They didn't feel it was very smooth. They wondered if there were any exercises that they could do that would improve that, and yes, there are. Okay, so we're going to keep things simple and just use the major bar chord, and we are, of course, adding the third to the top for the turnaround, the pull-off. So a way to practice this is, of course, you can just, because you have to make sure that each note is individual, they don't bleed into each other, or you just get a chord. So you want to play each note individually. Well, if you want to get fluid with that, it's something you have to practice. I usually do a pattern like, and as you get higher, you might want to use your ring finger instead of your pinky. So, do practice it all over. I do these shifts just so I get used to, just position movement, the arpeggio in different shapes. Now, we aren't really going to be doing a whole lot of sweeping with this exercise because that's not what this is for. This is for practicing just the main shape and playing the notes individually. After you're done playing them, mute them. Missed a note there. So, I've got a little closer up example here of what I'm talking about with this little movement, and we'll put that right here. Now, don't think that you can only do this with that shape. You can do this with any of your arpeggios, which, I'll show a couple of different partial arpeggios and things like that where, you're only playing the top part of that major chord. So that's right here. Okay, so there's that. Now, when I practice this is usually the kind of thing that I will do while I'm watching TV. I'll just have the guitar unplugged, and I'm just sitting there, watching TV or reading an article online, and same as if I'm just practicing shapes, the scales, arpeggios, whatever I need to work on. Once I've done it a little bit and got it under my fingers, then I'll start doing something else while I'm just repetitive to get that muscle memory. It's not something I generally practice plugged in, and even when I do, I'm clean right now, because that helps your technique. If you're playing distorted, a lot of times things sound like they blend into each other anyway, so it's really hard to tell if you're playing something accurately or cleanly. Because, just like when I'm practicing scales unplugged, I do a lot of that cleaner unplugged, so I'm not fooling myself into thinking that I'm a lot faster or smoother than I really am. At the same time, you do want to practice, you do want to dedicate some of your practice in whatever tone that you usually play. Because with distortion, for example, if you only ever play clean, or you only ever practice clean but you play distorted, and you don't get things like muting, then you might not get as clean of notes. It's hard to even do. I'm actually holding my hand up off the strings just to give you an example of, if you practice clean all the time or unplugged, you won't get this other ring. Here, well, as soon as I stopped the note I was playing, you could hear the other strings ringing. No, you don't want that. You want silence. If the note isn't what you're intending to play, you don't want to hear it. So you do want to practice some with whatever tone you generally use, be that distortion or maybe a crunch or whatever. But for the technique's sake, to get everything really clean and so you can speed it up and be smoother with it, practicing unplugged or clean helps you hear mistakes. Alright, well that's all we have for this week, and I hope that the videos have been helping. I'm still trying to put one out every week. I'm seeing my viewer base grow little by little by little, but I appreciate the emails, like the email I got about this. That gives me an idea for the next video. That lets me know that somebody wants to learn something. Somebody wants to know something. When I don't get emails or comments, then I see a view count, but I don't know if anybody's getting anything out of it. I don't know if anybody has any further questions, if anybody has anything that they want to learn or something that needs expanded on. So the best way is to communicate with me. I put a contact email at the end of every video now, and of course you can leave comments. So do that. It gives me motivation to keep making videos, and it gives me ideas, because it's hard to come up with an idea every week for a video if you're not doing a series on modes or scales or something like that. And right now I've been so busy that I haven't been able to put together this project that I want to for the next series. So I'm doing video week by week, as you've noticed, and some of them have been kind of talky videos instead of technique videos, and it's just what I've come up with to do. So yes, I would appreciate email me at the email I'll put up at the end of the video and ask me questions. Alright, well until next time, keep playing, have fun, and don't give up. Take care.